Nothing puts the real in reality TV quite like a shocking family secret reveal. From the sister wives to the cake boss, we've got the deets on some of the most jaw-dropping reality TV secrets. Bobbi Kristina Brown dreamed of a life in the entertainment world, but this was easier said than done for the daughter of powerhouse vocalist Whitney Houston and boy band alum Bobby Brown. On February 11, 2012, Houston died of accidental drowning and effects related to heart disease and drug use. That same year, Lifetime premiered The Houstons On Our Own, a reality series that followed the lives of the late singer's family. Bobbi Kristina starred in the series alongside her boyfriend, Nick Gordon, a young man Houston took into the family's home as a teen.
They feel like it's them against the world. And that's not what I want for her.
Though Houston's substance abuse issues were widely reported, the family also struggled with Bobbi Kristina's addictions. In an eerie parallel, Bobbi Kristina was found unconscious in her bathtub in 2015. She died 6 months later from a combination of accidental drowning and drug intoxication. In a 2021 episode of Facebook Watch's Red Table Talk, Bobby Brown revealed he suspected Nick Gordon played a role in the untimely deaths of his wife and daughter.
I think he was more so a provider of, party favors.
Yeah.
Gordon was never charged in relation to Bobbi Kristina's death, but in a 2016 civil suit, a judge ordered him to pay the Houston family $36 million. In 2020, Gordon died from a heroin overdose. In 2006, E! Launched the reality show House of Carters, which followed Backstreet Boy Nick Carter, his pop star brother Aaron, and their 3 singing sisters. The cast struggled behind the scenes. In 2012, 25-year-old Leslie Carter died from an overdose of antidepressants. Ginger Carter, the sibling's stepmom, told officials Leslie had suffered with mental illness for many years. Before Leslie's death, Aaron planned to help send her to a treatment facility. In an interview on Oprah, Where Are They Now?, he said, "I got $10,000 the week before Leslie died, and I actually had reached out to her 2 weeks before that and said, I'm going to get you the money to go to rehab." On a 2019 episode of The Doctors, Aaron opened up about his own mental health issues.
The official diagnosis is that I suffer from
multiple personality disorder, schizophrenia, acute anxiety, a manic depressive.
The former teen idol also revealed he'd been huffing since he was a teenager. In 2022, the 34-year-old was found dead in his bathtub. The official cause of death was accidental drowning and drug intoxication. On TLC's hit series Cake Boss, master baker Buddy Valastro and his staff whip up their world-famous confections for special occasions. But in 2012, life wasn't so sweet for a member of the Valastro family. Remy Gonzalez, who was previously married to Buddy's sister, was sentenced to 9 years behind bars for sexually assaulting an underage girl. Gonzalez was contrite in his statement to the court, saying, "I want to apologize to the victim. I truly am sorry for all the pain and all the embarrassment I caused." Then, in 2014, the cake boss himself was arrested for DWI. Valastro reportedly tried to use his reality star status to keep himself out of trouble, telling the officer, "I had a couple drinks. You can't arrest me. I'm the cake boss." The cop was unmoved, and Valastro pleaded guilty to driving while impaired. His driver's license was suspended for 3 months, and he was fined $300. According to TMZ, he told reporters, "I will never get behind the wheel of a car again if I have a drink, even if I have a sip." Valastro then tweeted, "I thought I was fine to drive, but I wasn't. I put people in danger. I am very disappointed in myself." Lynne Curtin was on The Real Housewives of Orange County seasons 4 and 5. While her marital problems with husband Frank Curtin played out on camera, her daughter Alexa Curtin was living a secret life as an adult film star named Jaden Taylors. In a 2014 interview with the National Enquirer, Curtin said, "When I found out Alexa became involved in porn, I became physically ill. She thought she could make a few movies under an assumed name, get her nose and boobs redone, and nobody would ever recognize her."
We haven't provided a stable environment for the girls.
In a 2017 lawsuit, Alexa accused an Orange County deputy sheriff of sexual assault. A jury awarded her $2.25 million. In a statement to People, Alexa said she hoped her victory would encourage other victims to come forward, saying, "I want them to know they're not alone and should not be afraid to speak up if they've been sexually assaulted, even when the perpetrator is someone who is supposed to protect you." But Alexa's legal troubles were not over. In 2021, She pleaded guilty to multiple offenses, including drug possession, DUI, vandalism, and petty theft. She received a 68-day jail sentence and was ordered to complete California's 3-month DUI program for first offenders. Since Sister Wives premiered in 2010, viewers have been obsessed with the complicated relationships of polygamist Kody Brown, his 4 wives, 3 of whom are now ex-wives, and their 18 children. Over the course of 17 seasons, there have been more than a few surprising revelations. Before they were reality stars, Kody and first wife Meri Brown filed for bankruptcy. According to court documents, the pair claimed they had $15 between them at the time. Although they were earning about $4,600 a month, they were court-ordered to pay $188,000 to creditors, trustees, and lawyers. They've come a long way since then. By 2020, they were each earning up to $400,000 per episode. In a scandal that rocked season 9 of the hit series, Meri was catfished by an online scammer named Jackie Overton, a woman posing as a man named Sam. She opened up about it on the show, saying, "This catfish was just planting things in my head and telling me how horrible my family was and specifically how horrible Kody was. I just pushed Kody away. He's not the one I should have pushed away." The couple's relationship grew increasingly strained, and in 2023, they announced on Instagram that they were ending their marriage. This left Robyn Brown as the last sister wife left standing. Braxton Family Values, which premiered in 2011, follows the 5 Braxton sisters: Toni, Tracy, Tawanda, Trina, and Tamar. Sadly, the series took a tragic turn. On a 2018 episode of The Wendy Williams Show, Tamar revealed why she walked off set during a family meeting with Oprah Winfrey Network life coach Iyanla Vanzant, saying, "A lot of things happened to me in my childhood that I was too afraid to talk about or too ashamed to talk about." The singer said she had been sexually abused by several family members as a child, adding that she was blindsided when Vanzant brought it up while shooting the episode. In a 2021 interview with People, Tamar confessed that the pain from her childhood was affecting her mental health in other ways, saying, "How it came out was very traumatic for me. In 2020, the Surreal Life star hit a breaking point and was rushed to the hospital following a suicide attempt." On the Tamron Hall show, the star shared, "There has been a time where I wanted to die, but this was the first time where I've actually acted on it." The Love and War hitmaker shared that she was diagnosed with depression and anxiety and goes to counseling on a daily basis. The Emmy-winning series The Osbournes debuted in 2002, and at the time, it was MTV's top-rated show. The family, which includes hard rocker Ozzy Osbourne, his wife Sharon Osbourne, and their kids Jack and Kelly Osbourne, came from England with more than their share of baggage. On a 2004 episode of CNN's Larry King Live, Sharon revealed that Kelly, then 19, had entered a rehab facility in Malibu. This came after a British tabloid asked Sharon to comment on a photo of her daughter making a drug deal. Sharon and Ozzy said Kelly insisted she wasn't struggling with drug misuse at the time.
We took LSD, we took cocaine, we took vast amounts of marijuana. It was fun at the time.
Ozzy went on to tell King, "Well, being a drug addict and an alcoholic myself, telling the truth it doesn't come very easy, so you tend to BS a lot. We just had to take evasive action very quickly, because the amount of pills that was found in her bag was astounding." For his part, Jack Osbourne celebrated 18 years of sobriety in 2021. That same year, Kelly shared that she'd relapsed after staying sober for 4 years. On her Instagram story, she opened up about why she wanted to share her status with the world, saying, "I knew that if I didn't, I could have flown under the radar for a long time like that, and no one would have known. And I just would have spent the last 4 years building a life that I just destroyed in one drink." Hulk Hogan's reality series ran for 4 seasons on VH1, but it took its toll on the family. Hogan Knows Best starred the WWE star, his wife Linda Hogan, and their children, Brooke and Nick Hogan. In August 2007, after the series aired its final episode, Nick was arrested for reckless driving in Florida. The former race car driver was drinking and driving way over the speed limit when he crashed his car into a tree. Nick, just 17 at the time, was seated next to his best friend, John Graziano, who hadn't buckled his seatbelt. Graziano suffered severe brain damage from the collision. In 2008, Nick was sentenced to 8 months behind bars. He expressed remorse in his statement to the court, saying, "I will never ever be able to say I'm sorry enough." The Tampa Bay Times reported that Hulk settled a lawsuit with the Graziano family for more than $1 million. His marriage was imploding at around the same time. In 2007, Linda filed for divorce after she learned about Hulk's affair with Christiane Plant, her daughter Brooke's best friend. On Access Hollywood, Maria Menounos asked Hulk, "There have been rumors that maybe this divorce was a ploy to protect your assets." Hogan dismissed these rumors and alluded to Linda's own relationship with a much younger man named Charlie Hill, saying, "If this is a ploy, her being intimate with a 19-year-old kid is pretty good acting." Dog the Bounty Hunter star Dwayne Lee Chapman had a rough go of it as a kid. In his 2007 autobiography, You Can Run But You Can't Hide, the A&E reality star opened up about the abuse he experienced at the hands of his own father, writing, "As a young boy, I never knew that other kids didn't get hit by their dads. I thought it was a rite of passage to have my father knock me around." Chapman vowed to stop the cycle of abuse, going on to say, "Until very recently, I never understood that none of his abuse was my fault. And yet I swore that I would never beat my kids."
What I'm doing is a father's job, to show love and to build memories.
Chapman would go on to have 12 kids of his own. And while he did vow to stop the cycle of physical abuse, the bounty hunter's relationships with several of his children are fractured at best. In 2012, Chapman opened up about another personal detail from his past, his own criminal record.
I was not a bounty hunter when we started, and as a matter of fact, I was on the other side of the law.
In 1977, Chapman was sentenced to 5 years in prison for a murder in Texas. The reality star was sitting in a car outside a house where his friend shot a pot dealer. In an interview with the Toronto Star, Chapman said, "In Texas in the 70s, if you were present, you were just as guilty." Ultimately, Chapman was paroled after 18 months. He went on to add, "I shouldn't have went, and I shouldn't have been the person I was back then." If you or anyone you know needs help with addiction issues, help is available. Visit the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration website or contact SAMHSA's National Helpline at 1-800-662-HELP 4357.